Let's talk nuclear. Where's that debate up to?
Well, I think it's interesting because one of the issues Peter Dutton will have is the premiers. Most of them are Labor. Most of them are going to oppose it. And Chris Minns was doing just that yesterday. Let's hear from him, and let's hear Anne Ruston's response on Sunday Agenda. Would you be keen to see a nuclear power plant go on a former coal-fired power station site?
No, I wouldn't. My problem is that coal-fired power stations in New South Wales, the majority of them are due to run out and expire in the next decade. So I've got a problem right now in bringing on new power supply for reliable and cheap energy for New South Wales consumers. And the federal opposition's timetable doesn't go anywhere near meeting the massive demand on power in the next 10 to 15 years.
We're entirely reliant on the East Coast if the sun's not shining and the wind's not blowing. So I can understand why Peter Malinauskas would be interested in nuclear, because he is in a world of pain because we don't have baseload power in South Australia. We need to be having this conversation with Australia, because right now, I mean, even Chris Minns, he sounded like hope was his strategy around what he was going to do for his baseload power when his coal-fired power stations go offline. There needs to be a level of certainty built into our energy mix right now.
Look, I think the problem, Peter Dutton's got, is it's hard enough to prosecute these from government, but from opposition you can get slammed. You can have government departments putting out reports saying what you're saying is wrong. I've seen it at the state level quite a bit over the years. Colin Barnett had his water pipeline up to the north of Australia, and Peter Debnam said he was going to recycle water instead of a desalination plant. He's really taking a risk here, Peter Dutton, with this strategy, with this policy. And the polling, it was revealed over the weekend, isn't that emphatically for it, but he's determined. He keeps stripping bits of it out. It's no doubt going to be in the budget reply speech, and it's going to make for a fascinating battle in the next election campaign. The saving grace for him, I guess, is Anne Ruston's point there that, well, what's your solution then? Wind and solar does the lot?
Well, they're just hoping batteries actually come online or are much better, and it doesn't exist right now. Hydrogen is not there. Pumped hydro, super expensive and doesn't work all that well. It's diesel generated most of the time.
Both sides are relying on technological advances we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But also, Peter Dutton can't win the next election on a nuclear strategy alone. It just doesn't, if people...
Far from it, in fact.
That's right. But he could win it coupled with cost of living issues.
I expect him...
minority.
He will be hoping, just as the government is, ironically, for rates to be cut and inflation to come down, so he can bring forward a bigger package of tax cuts, I would expect, without being accused of driving inflation.
Anything else you got cooking? I know this is the overdrive season for you before the budget's handed down.
We got a month. Let's see how we go.
All right, good. We'll keep on it. Andrew, good to see you.